What up, everybody? It's Legendary Mojo, and I'm back with another character bio video. But before we begin this video, I deeply want to say one thing. What I have noticed about my videos is my average watch time is 3 minutes. That average watch time is honestly considered to be a low watch time. Since I make videos that's like at least 5 to 8 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes long, and 3 minutes, that's very, very short. So please, if any of you out there think my videos are boring, not entertaining enough, doesn't have enough content, please let me know in the comment section below. But until then, let's move on to the freaking video. Oh yes, Nathan. Wait, what? Nathan? I meant to freaking say Mason. I don't know why I got it confused with freaking Mason Northwess. One of my favorite characters already. Not already, I mean he's been my favorite characters in my entire comic series, but Mason Northwess. Mason Northwess was a character that was inspired off of Herobrine. No lie, he was the Herobrine of my comic. Back when I was used to make my little block refrigerators, he was a character that was literally the exact same of Herobrine. Towards the end of my comic books, I kind of changed him around up into my own way and gave him a name. And that name, of course, I said 2 times already, is Mason Northwess. I will have a little picture on the screen of Mason Northwess on the bottom left corner so you guys can enjoy that blocky version of him running, because I want to let you guys see while the video in the background playing, you can compare the two and see that they're both kind of identical, but not identical at the same time, if you know what I mean by that. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about this man's character. Why do I keep saying character? If you guys go back and watch my old character bios, I keep saying character, like I keep messing up. I don't know freaking Mason Northwess. He was born on March the 3rd with an unknown... Wait. I didn't put this in my script. What? Hold up. With an unknown... Oh, he don't have a birth... Oh, he doesn't have a year date. Oh, I thought I put that down in my old... Oh, you can honestly put a good comparison between the two. Mason really does look like Herobrine from Minecraft. Like, everyone should know Herobrine. It's just Stevie with white eyes. That's the identical similarities that these two have that I wanted to do when I first made the comics, but now I'm trying to add a big difference in the two while still leaving the white eyes. Throughout Mason's entire school years, it was difficult for him to learn in class without being bullied. Mason was very determined to be able to see that he got a job at the age of 12 working with his parents. Yes, his parents owned their own business, and this business that they owned was called Cookout at Northwess. Come on now, you can't lie, that's a freaking good restaurant name. If my last name was Northwess, I would literally name my restaurant Cookout at Northwess. Like, come on now, that's a freaking good name. Imagine sitting there talking and chatting with my friends. Hey, so what y'all want to eat tonight? Oh, no, bro. You trying to go to McDonald's? How about we go eat it at Cookout in Northwest? Sorry, but that if you think that's cringe-worthy, just go ahead, exit the video. I'll hold this 3-minute L. Like, I don't care about the watch time if you thought that was cringy. Joking, please don't leave the video, please. I need this freaking watch time. Don't leave, please don't leave. Alright, Mason, he was the cleanest person there. Like, he would constantly clean dishes and scrub tables and sweep the entire restaurant. Mason was paid based on the amount of hours he worked. Yes, of course you know that that's a typical minimum wage a person gets paid, but not only did he get paid by the amount of hours he worked, but he also got paid based on the amount of effort he put in the work. So basically what I'm trying to say is the more hard work Mason put in, the more he got paid. I mean that's the same with freaking YouTube. I mean, the more work you put into making videos, the more I don't know how to say it, the more success you're going to get out of it. Like, you're going to be able to produce a career out of this YouTube thing, and which is something that I would freaking do, but I'm not uploading constantly, but who cares? Mason's parents were training him to always show 110 effort. 100%, why did I say 110? 110% effort at everything he freaking does. Mason still ends up working with his family all the way to the age of 21, where he has his own wife and kids. After Mason had saved up at least $400,000, he finally went to go pay for surgery. Mason didn't realize that he has to pay for each eyeball. To be freaking honest with you, I didn't know you had to pay for each eyeball as well. I thought you just paid for one and then they both get paid together. I didn't even know that myself. Mason could not pay for both eyes with the $400,000 that he had saved up for years and years and years. Knowing this devastated Mason, the doctors knew that Mason was very short on money, so they allowed him to pay for both of the eyes for just $400,000. Oh, Mason, you should have known, bro. Everybody knows that this has to be like some type of scam or something, or he might be nice. I mean, no lie, if a doctor offered me that, I would have fell for it too, and probably paid the $400,000 just for both eyes without knowing what's about to happen next. Also, guys, I want to give you a warning because the next thing that's about to happen to Mason is actually pretty deep, and the pictures that I'm going to be displaying are kind of going to be a little scary. So if you're a little punk, you can click off the video and don't give me watch time. Or you're not a little punk and you actually want to sit and watch through the whole video. Yeah, I baited you into that. Now I'm going to make you watch the whole video because now you want to see what's going to be in the video description advised. When Mason arrived to the facility with his wife, he was ready for his surgery. Like that man was excited for the surgery. But when he got out the car and his wife drove off, the doctors did not even escort him into the medical hospital or a medical room. They escorted him to an underground laboratory. What I noticed about me recording my voices is what you can literally hear me breathe each second, like. When they escorted Mason to the laboratory that was underground, it was other blind patients down there waiting to be tested on too. Of course, they don't know where they are, but I mean, because they're freaking blind, what do you not get? The name for this experiment was called the Seeing Flanta. You get it? The name is pretty dope, ain't it? The Seeing Flanta, because I mean, they can't see and they're in a city called Flanta City. Never mind. It'll catch on to you later on in the video. You guys will understand it later on in the video. So each patient would be strapped on an exam table. Those patients will then be required to sign a waiver. You guys should know what a waiver is too. I'm not going to describe it. No. After they had signed a waiver, the examiners will put them on anesthesia, which you guys should know what that is too, and place a surgical eye specula on the patient's eyes. The experiment that they wanted to test was to see how does radiation affect the eyes of blind people. Some patients were able to see again, but had terrible side effects from radiation. I mean, what do you expect? It's freaking radiation. It's always bad. Unfortunately, Mason was the last person to be tested on because he was the last one there to arrive. Due to having a poor family business, which is Mason, I mean his family is pretty bad. It's bad. The examiners wanted to do something different with Mason. They did not only pump him with at least 4,000 MSV, that's radiation measured in sievert, by the way. They also injected his eyes with sulfuric acid. This turned Mason's eyes pure white. I'm talking about pure white. At first he had at least little gray outlines showing where his pupils were, but now they're freaking pure white. Look. I'm gonna put a picture on the screen of showing you what happens when you put any chemical acid on your freaking eyes. Like, look at this man here. His eyes are pure white because he had sulfuric acid on it. Why would you put that in a patient? What is the benefit of doing that? Why would you put sulfuric acid into some human's eye? And the only way you'll probably get sulfuric acid on your eyes if you're your own scientist yourself, experiment with stuff. But come on, why would you do that? Look at your eye, it's white. Like, can you even see out of that? Like, the whole pupil is. How can you see? Not only did they they injected it with a needle, by the way. The sulfuric acid was in the needle and they put it in the pupil socket and they injected it into the pupil and it immediately turned white. And not only that, Mason ends up waking up from the operation screaming in pain. The examiners would try their best to calm Mason down, but Mason broke out of the straps on the exam table and ran for his life. I mean, what would you do in your situation if you wake up in agonizing pain knowing your eyes are being freaking tested on with tubes socked in them, with radiation being pumped through the tubes, going through your eye sockets, and then a needle getting driven into both of your eyes, causing them to turn white? I would be traumatized, and I wouldn't trust no one ever again. I wouldn't trust the earth. I wouldn't trust no doctor, no nothing if I wake up to that. And that's kind of what happened to Mason. I want him to not trust the earth anymore. He doesn't trust anything no more. So right when we was back where we was at, he left the facility. He ended up getting out of there. He made it out, and Mason, let me tell you something about his eyesight. The operation benefited Mason very good. Like, this operation was actually good for him. It was a very good idea that he came to it. Let me tell you how first. Okay. Mason cannot see. All he can see is pure blackness. That's what I claim that all blind people see. I've done some research, and some have said it's just pure blackness. Some don't say some is just pure blurry. No, it's different type of blindness. But the one I'm giving Mason is the one where he just see pure black. But here's the catch. Since he went to the experiment laboratory and got tested on with pumps of radiation and sulfuric acid, that allowed him to be able to see the outlines of objects. Everything has white outlines around it, like a person, white outline. Like, he can see the whole white outline of that person. Ooh, how about this? A lawnmower. He can see the lawnmower, but it's a white outline around that lawnmower. They basically just made this man overpowered now, because now he can see, which is something that he hasn't had in years. So now he can take the time to learn and see what he wants to freaking see. After Mason had escaped, he tries to call anyone for help. And after running and stumbling around, Mason just ends up inside of a place that he wasn't supposed to be in. Mason was scared and all alone, and suddenly a purple portal appears in front of Mason. A figure came out of that purple portal and told him to come with me. And that, my friends, is the end of Mason's story. Give yourself a round of applause, because we just finished Mason's story in under at least 2 minutes. I'm just kidding. I don't even know the estimated time. I hope you guys actually stay to this part so I can get me some watch time. There's more to his story, but I don't want to spoil anyone who's reading my comics out there. So please make sure you guys go read my comics so you can learn more about Mason. Alright, let's talk about Mason powers. I always put the powers last. Mason is not infected with the virus, but he's living in the lower world. That's a world I have curated myself. He acquired things no normal human could obtain. While Mason was away, he even forged his own sword with the elements of the lower world. He calls his sword the Sword of Might. That's kind of Mason's voice, by the way. His voice is very deep, and he talks like a hero type person. Yeah, I just did that. If you got a problem with it, then you can comment down below on what you think about the voice impression. Because I'll pin your comment. Yeah, that'll see if people actually made it to this near part end of the video. This sword he curated can manifest, and I repeat, manifest and emit yellow lightning, fireballs, darkness, and he can use the sword to increase his physical strength and physical speed. That is the end of Mason's character bio, guys. I have no confirmed age for him yet. I will give his confirmed age after I make his character model sheet and some more upcoming characters coming soon. This is one of my favorite series. I love doing this character bios because I get to sit here and describe all my characters' backstory that I've been writing for many, many years, and I finally get to release them. Also, I want to say thank you guys so much for helping me hit 1K subs. It's a lot of you out there who actually genuinely helped me so much to hit 1K, and I thank you guys so much. I can't do anything about it, but I just thank you guys so much. So this is just improving my journey to make art my career.